Yes, people, all the people in the building, before we talk about anything, make sure you smash the like button. That's also important. And we are like 24 subscribers away from 17,000. So anyone that listens to this back and you're not subscribed, yeah, if you like the content, would love a subscription. Other than that, man, we're going to be joined by Don. Yes, Don is a little bit late. It is his lunch hour. What can you really do? We're going to be crashing down on Chelsea today. So we're going to be breaking it down. Let's try to be objective about Chelsea today. Can we do that, Mo?
100% I can. Well, I can try. I can try.
He'll be here in the next few minutes, so don't go anywhere. There's obviously news with Jadon Sancho being banished. This club. Arsenal want Ivan Toney, the player that Don did want very much. It looks like that flirting that he did over on that podcast is looking like it's actually something. So if you're an Arsenal fan, you might be getting reinforced with a striker. But other than that,
let's stop before.
My club's playing tonight, Mo.
Yeah. Let's do that before Don is there. Let's talk about that Jadon Sancho thing, because I saw a couple of people and I don't want to dwell on it for a while, but a couple of people saying that he should swallow his pride and apologize, and that his teammates, the Rashford, Maguire, Luke Shaw, are asking him to apologize. Do you think he should apologize and get back in the squad?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
I actually think at this point, yes, as well. Okay.
I think
the point, right? It's done.
I'm not all right. If we want to put this Jadon Sancho thing in short, I don't care that he's playing FIFA. I don't care whatever he's doing, but turn up to your obligations on time, right? That's all I could say. Many of us have played FIFA when we got work the next day, stupid hours in the morning, but we still get up, right? The thing is, it's taken so out of context that we don't even know where this kid is from. It says 3 a.m. for him, but he could be somewhere else in the world. Do you get what I mean? So how do we know? So I don't care about that. With him now, he's being banished. From what I know, which I can reveal, is that Jadon Sancho and Eric Ten Hag, he already apologized to Ten Hag as soon as he took that post down the day before that. It's Man United that don't want him anywhere near the club because they want to do it publicly, like Cristiano Ronaldo. It's up to him at the end of the day because this is his career. The manager will always win. It don't matter where you are. The manager always wins if it's a one-to-one situation, pretty much, unless you're a global superstar like Ronaldo or you're someone absolutely amazing as like an Mbappe. Yeah. It's a losing battle, and this is his career. Because when you go for the next club, they're going to reference back to Man United and see if he's an issue, if he's going to fit in with a new manager. A lot of new managers say, you know what, I might not want that. It's up to him. The thing is that I don't like is the fact that the media are pushing that you can't force someone to apologize. It has to come from within. Does that make sense? Like if you're truly sorry, then it is what it is. He's gone. There's no way back for this guy. Not one chance, and not with this club. He's gone as quick as possible. The latest offer, any sort of loan deal, I'm pretty sure. So it's really up to him at the end of the day. And even if he does apologize, who says he's going to play? And who says he's going to play?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I don't think he's going to play for Man United again, in my opinion. And I think it's done. Just find yourself another club. Find yourself an agreement with Man United to get the payout or whatever. Just save your... Like Jadon Sancho is treating himself as a 30 years old at the end of his career, and then he wants that. You're 23 years old, for fuck's sake. You have at least 10 years of football to be played. So, and you are talented. Just go find another club. Find another club. So it's just kind of, for me, like weird that it's that this is Man United in a nutshell lately in the last 5-6 years. The problems. Players have big egos, but not delivering on the pitch. The Maguire, you have a big ego, but you're not actually.
And if Ten Hag was a player, anyways, bro. Like a lot of the journalists say, "Oh, Ten Hag's weak. Why is he playing him? He undermined your authority and all this kind of stuff." So who can really say anything about it? This is why I just don't want to get involved in too much of the politics. I'd rather have made a pre-recorded video to talk about something in depth rather than everyone live. Because if you say something wrong, you can't cut it out, right? Because it's down to personal matters. It's up to him, man. It's really up to him. Maybe just I don't care if he's on 350k per week. He's chilling, man. That's it. Who else would take him? Is anyone in the comments? Would you take him at your club? Yes or no? That's what I want to know. You know,
for me, I wouldn't take Jadon Sancho just because, not only because of the wage, of course, because you remember we took Alexis Sanchez and he was on a high wage and we had to negotiate with him and Man United to pay. He makes so much for his output. Like, that's the problem. He makes so much for what he can offer on the pitch based on what we saw, which is the same as Kai Havertz, like, for example. And we see Kai Havertz is in an 180, 200k, and I don't want to turn this into a Kai Havertz thing, but he got sold. But I'm not at Inter at the moment. Even if we play with wingers, I'm not taking Sancho on a 200k. That's too much for what he offers. Sancho needs a reset button. Sancho, maybe a team like Brighton. You know what Ansu Fati did? Do what Ansu Fati did. Go to Brighton, get game time in a team that plays good football. I don't know, you can go to Bayern Leverkusen again with Xabi Alonso. They play really good football. Get a reset button. You're still 23 years old. Do that. Go do this. So that's what I think should happen with Jadon Sancho. His Man United career is over, is done, as long as Ten Hag is here, unless they all gather and sack Ten Hag, the players power, and they sack Ten Hag and someone else comes along and start playing him. But other than this,
even if someone else comes in,
Uncle Sharma saying send Sancho back to loan to Dortmund. They will take him, but the wage is too much. It is absolutely too much. The wage is too much.
They don't have to pay the full wage. They can always just pay half or something, whatever's agreed.
And you can play the rest, the half, or he can
that's
lower his
what
wage.
It usually is. Yeah, that's what it usually is, like a half and half kind of thing. There's 300 of you in the building. Don's coming in literally a minute. So we're going to be talking about Chelsea and everything along them lines and everything else that's going along. Well, the news of today, really, even parts of yesterday. Smash the like. There's 300 of you. I know you all got accounts. You could put us on 300 likes right now if you dared, wanted to. Just takes 2 seconds of your time. You understand English, I hope. So hopefully you listen a little bit. It makes a big difference as well. But before we dive into the whole Chelsea breakdown and everything, before anyone wants to start leaving, what would you do if you're a Man United fan, to put a Man United head on today, for yourself, Mo? Ten Hag loses today against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup. You know, just to dive off the sand.
Nothing.
What's your stance on the whole?
Nothing. Like, for the cup game, I'm you know me. I've been honest about this, man. I think loses the cup today, does a rotation, plays Maguire, plays. Who's your backup goalkeeper? Or you don't have one?
Biende.
He does that. They lose today. Move on. I really don't care. I know people are gonna panic. If at that status of the Man United team now, if you are winning in the league and you lose the cup, yes, you panic. Your form in the league isn't the greatest. You switch it up. You give Amrabat a full debut. Palestri, you give him minutes. You give Garnacho minutes. Martial.
You know what Amrabat?
You win or lose.
By the way, stop coming with flipping Don's full name, man. He doesn't like it, so don't do it. Allow it, because I'll just remove you, innit? So stop getting personal. You don't know him like that on the levels. Allow it. But yeah, go on. Sorry to ruin your flow.
Yeah. Comments. Some comments are just stupid. Anyway, you lose. Who cares? As long as you see good signs. If you see Garnacho playing well, if you see Amrabat playing well, I think that's it. Because Crystal Palace are going to play the whole team to win this game.
100%.
Crystal Palace are not going to come in with rotated squad.
I've got a feeling Amrabat's going to go full back, right back. The logo's left back. I'm not looking forward to that because we're down to bare bones, bro. Like, we've got no one. I know Maguire and Varane is back. Yeah.
You can play Maguire and Lindelof. Why not Maguire and Lindelof?
because you know what it is when you play a player that's not match sharp. It's a bit stupid in a sense. Like I wouldn't want to risk Varane today, and I wouldn't want to risk Maguire. The only reason being is because we need some fit centre backs back in the lineup. Whether it's Maguire or not, it's garbage. It's garbage. But if you put him in, then you can't play the way I'm thinking that I want to play football, right? On a high line, especially against like an Edward, a Jordan Ayew, and etc. etc. I'm not even too sure if Reguilon is fit or not. I don't know if he's holding his hamstring or is what it is. What you saying, Mustafa? I send me that on Twitter if you don't mind. I haven't seen anything alongside that. I need to see half the team chopped. I can see it's either Lindelof is going to go centre back and it will be Evans and Maguire. I can't believe I'm actually saying that in 2023. Or it's going to be Amrabat fullback and he inverts.
Yeah.
Which one?
I would never play Amrabat at a fullback and inverts. I would never do that. I would play one of the youngsters. Amrabat has not played freaking fullback, bro. This freaking putting Thomas Partey right back to invert. It's the other way around. Pep does it the other. Pep gets a defender to invert. Doesn't put a midfielder right back to invert. This is stupid. Tell me one midfielder that Pep played that right back to invert. Give me one. None.
A right back. Well, I mean, Rico Lewis, he inverts.
He is a right back to invert. Does that make sense? Pep Guardiola will not take Rodri, put him at right back to invert. He's not going to take Kovacic.
I mean, in terms of like players available, like because think about it, it could be the fact that Man United's got 3 left backs injured out.
But you have Reguilon.
No, apparently he's out.
It doesn't say. I'm reading the news now. It doesn't. It says he's fit.
Is he fit?
Check it out. Yeah.
Who's that?
Reguilon. It says he's available for the game.
Oh, so what was wrong with him then?
It says it literally. I just opened 3 previews for the game from 3 websites, and they said he's available for the game. So I'm not sure why.
Oh, if he is fit, then great. But again, in a cup game, I still don't want to play him.
My man doesn't want to play Reguilon. He's protecting Reguilon.
He thinks he's there on a sabotage.
No.
Why don't you want to play him?
They have nobody, bro. They got nobody.
For fitness.
After Reguilon is Cass. After Reguilon is Cass coming into the lineup.
It's not even a fitness thing. It's more of along the lines of he's the only player we got at left back for now. And it's a cup game that it's in a cup where I don't even want to be in the cup anymore because we've got so many injuries. It's not viable for me. So I'd rather just get out of that situation so we can focus more on League and Champions League. You get what I mean? Like if he gets injured, we are absolutely doom and gloomed, or even Delo.
So what, you're not fussed about this cup then?
Not with the amount of injuries that we got, bro.
You already won it last year anyway, innit?
Yeah, I know. But
I
it's
think
just
the
like
Carabao Cup, to be honest with you guys, looking from outside, okay, the Carabao Cup is the least important trophy probably.
Yeah, but bro, this is what gave Man City their momentum, bro, man. They won it 5 years in a row.
You want to put it this way, but I don't think so, bro.
Man United don't have the squad, man.
Bro, but look at Man United.
Look
at Man United won the trophy last year, and then they celebrated and everything. I don't think it meant anything this year. It didn't.
It didn't. Because it went backwards with the signings they made.
Exactly. No, it's not. They didn't go back with the signings. Come on, they didn't.
Mason's a slide backward step. You can't be playing that guy in the pivot.
He's not playing. Don, he's not playing.
I know. But I'm saying they could have got better. Like Cass can give you a list of midfielders they could have got that are better than him.
Yeah. But again, he could have. Okay, what your point is? They got Mason Mount. They went backwards. Right? When is the last time Mason Mount played, Cass? Week 2. Premier League, right?
I think he's available today. But
yeah, but
we'll see it.
The point is, Don, they could have got another midfielder and also doesn't play from week 2. My point is, they regressed for many other reasons. This Sancho problem, by the way, is in everybody's head at the club. I'm sure, because Sancho is friends with a lot of people at the club, especially with some of the main guys, some of the big guys like the Shaws and the Rashford. They have influence, and if your friend is banished, not even allowed to drink water from the club. This is trash, bro.
It is what it is, man. Man United versus Palace is under the lights. It's the only main game of today until tomorrow, until Brighton play Chelsea and Liverpool play whoever, etc., man. But Mike Rams, when are you going to have an all-female cast? I mean, Mo's one female, so that's already one. And then No, I'm joking. I don't know. Maybe one day, just there's
all female
I wouldn't say there's I think there's a lack of personality when it comes to content creators. I find, because when you look at Never a Foul, like I like bringing on people that have potential or good personalities that can hold their own. Other than Kendall, big up Kendall, like Colleen as well. And I need something more than just someone to look good for the camera or something like that. Like, or even a guy who just, got all the setup, but he's got no personality. There's no point. I would love to bring on an all-female cast, to be fair, because it mixes diversity and that, like, it's more diverse and etc. etc. Maybe one day, man, I'll try to think about it. I've actually got something like that in the works in my head, anyways, because it would be nice to actually get some more females on that can talk ball in general. So yeah, man. Big
I
up
would
to
see
all the
Sophie.
females,
I
man.
would see that. Is it Sophie? Sophia?
Yeah, Sophie Rose. But she's
not Sophie Rose. No, not her.
She's busy anyways.
The one that's in the chat.
Sophia as well.
Sophia was on the channel with us. She's always a member.
But the difference is with Sophia, I'm a Man United fan. I don't really have other Man United reps on because I'm the guy. That it's as simple as that. And that's not being arrogant. It's just I'm not gonna have another Man United one on with me. I like to make sure everyone supports their own club. You know what I mean? So unless people feel free to, whether it's Mimo or Daps or something, recommend some people that we can talk to or something. But yeah, man, big up to all the female content creators that are actually good in this game. The ones that are whack, go suck yourself. But what's it called? Let's talk Chelsea.
What can we say, man? We're having the same conversations weekly, bro.
Let's have some therapy, man. Let's have some therapy. Let's try to break this down and not be shameless, because your head went totally left the other day. It went totally left. It happens, bro. I've been there. Monsters was there last year. That's last year. No, actually, not this year. Everyone left. But what needs to change in your opinion in your club? And I want not just one thing, the obvious thing, the lineup, but a few things. I want to hear something technical.
Listen, we know that there's not just one problem right now, innit? From the ownership, from the ground up. Do you get what I'm trying to say? From up to down, man. It's right now. It's long, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? The owners, that we know that they should have signed more experience. Yeah, we can be here all day talking about experience. I want to talk about the lineups, Cass, because I'll be real with you. Yeah, Poch has enough quality right now to be winning these games, bruv. All these games that we've lost or drawn, we should have been winning them. But he's making it harder for himself. He's overcomplicating things. He is overthinking. He's not being brave enough. He's not trusting enough people. It's a mess. It's a mess. Do you know what I'm saying? Simple things like putting Gallagher in a pivot. That doesn't make any sense to be doing that, bro. The guy, I'm being told, is a ball winner. When I ask people what does he do, what quality does he bring on the ball, they can't tell me. It's a similar sort of thing as Havertz. Obviously, he offers more than Havertz in terms of running off the ball and hard work and defending, all of that. He offers a lot more than Havertz, yeah. But on the ball, the guy has not got the quality that we need, right? I showed you guys a graphic earlier of the lack of progressive passes from Gallagher to Enzo in the midfield. It's non-existent, bruv. It's non-existent. I was at the bridge the other day, and the eyes don't lie, Cass. I said it to you guys, yeah. Every single time Gallagher got the ball from Thiago Silva in midfield, he kept going backwards. And the reason being is because he hasn't got the ability to turn on the half turn like he would as a 6. Lavia does it all the time. Rodri does it all the time. Partey does it all the time. Rice does it all the time. These are all guys that can play in that role. Gallagher can't. So what he does, when he's getting pressed, he just plays it back to Silva and gives responsibility to someone else. So everything ends up going wide because he goes to Gusto, he goes to Sterling, whip it back. It's the same pattern going wide, wide, wide. Nothing is played through the midfield because the setup is incorrect. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Things like Levi playing at the back. I was watching the other day, yeah, Cass, and I was glad I was sitting where I was sitting. I was sitting behind the goal, yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
I'm looking at Mudryk, bro. I'm looking at Mudryk, yeah. Mudryk was literally on the halfway line next to Cash. Cash ain't the quickest. Look what Mbappe done to him in the World Cup. Yeah, you can leave that guy. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if Levi was in the role where Silva's playing at left centre back, yeah, like there,
he can be pinging it
across. Bro.
You already know this. I don't get people that don't rate Levi Colwill. That's a myth for me, but I think I have to totally agree with you when he's got a different, what they call it, peripheral vision of the game. Yeah. Like from what you can see from what's at the back of him with his goalkeeper going forward or over to the left, that way you can't really see it. Like a lot of them, this is where I say, like, you can't write someone like Levi Colwill off just yet. This guy's a mad talent. I've seen enough to know that this brother's young enough and he should be playing in in a certain position. But then that makes me allude to Pochettino thinking, what you've been doing. So I'm going back to the points now where I'm doing a tactical thing now. I've been looking at your heat maps. And even without Chilwell in your left-hand side, a lot of the time you're in your heat map is that it's still going down the right-hand side too much.
Yep.
So Enzo naturally drifts off to the right-hand side. So he's in a 10, but he naturally, I would say Jackson is dropping way too deep. There's a massive space in the half space in the left-hand side.
Why is he doing that though, Cass?
Gallagher, this is where I say Gallagher in a 10 makes way more sense. Enzo can dictate and do whatever he needs to do. Maybe he needs to be switched to the right-hand side and let Caicedo do the left and let him go over to and do that thing. But the way I look at it is where if Gallagher's in that space where he plays his best football, let's say, I'm not saying he's the greatest football, it's the fact that he's always high up the pitch and obviously more closer to the left winger, and obviously
he's an attacking midfielder. He needs to be further up.
I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what's in Poch's head to think that Enzo. Look, I thought Enzo could do the 10. I really did think so, and maybe I'll be proven wrong that he's not that guy. And I think Mo said this ages ago as well.
So you guys
but the thing is, though, Cass,
I'm wrong.
No. Hold on, Mo.
Done. Say I'm wrong.
Let me just say something. Right now, Mo has been proven right. Mo, let me land, bro. Mo's been proven right now. Mo's been proven right now. Yeah.
I'm joking,
but
bro. I'm kidding.
The fact that we've got Gallagher in that pivot who's not progressing the ball from back to front, it doesn't help Enzo. What do you expect Enzo to do when he's finding little corners? He's in there getting in the pockets, and Gallagher can't progress the ball from the back to the front. Bro, I was watching it with my eyes. I'm seeing this guy getting pressed and he's going back. Everyone got gas, Everyone got gas playing Gallagher in the pivot, because we played against West Ham. We played against Forest. I said it at the time, Cass. I said, Gallagher, you're not seeing him struggling right now because those teams don't press. They want to just do a low block, When he came up against a press like John McGinn and all these, man, the guy was bro. If the guy didn't have his hair in a ponytail, you'd have seen his hair fluffing about everywhere, bro, because he was a mess. He was a mess in that role. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Okay, let's do back and forth. Okay. In my opinion, I said Gallagher wins the ball back. He needs to give it to the next guy. You know, Casemiro? Just give it to the guy next to you. You know that we played football. We played football. And I have midfielders that played next to me. Their ball abilities are not the greatest, but their tackles are running is superior to a lot of people. So what they do is the coach tell the other midfielders, the two Enzo and Caicedo, be close to them. Don't give them the 20 yards pass. They are good with the 10 yards, the 15 yards pass. The clip that you showed me, that showed us on Twitter yesterday, they're asking Gallagher to play 20 to 30 yards pass. Maybe that's not his trait. He doesn't have that in his locker. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So they need to be closer to them. I didn't watch the game in depth because I was watching the other two games, the Liverpool and I had it on. But when I'm looking at your midfield, it's not balanced, in my opinion. It's not balanced at all.
According to Poch, we are balanced.
You're not balanced at all.
Man is lying every day, man.
He's lying, bro. He's been lying in every press conference.
He has to protect himself, Don.
Players, man.
Yeah, he has to protect the player himself. It's not going to throw himself under the bus.
He's talking about data, bro. Fuck data.
The problem is so Don, the problem, to be honest with you, Don, from outside, the problem is even Cole Palmer with that midfield is not balanced. He is too offensive. That's what I mean. Cole Palmer is too offensive. You guys are assuming that Cole Palmer. You are assuming that Cole Palmer is going to do the 10. The 10 at Chelsea isn't a floating 10. You'll need to drop deep. You need to get the ball. You need to get involved.
That's
Cole
what he
Palmer
does.
Is a very offensive player. Okay.
He was literally doing that more with 10 men. He was dropping deep. He was literally playing on the right.
I didn't watch with the 10. I was focusing on North London Derby, but I'm going with the Palmer that I watched in some minutes that he played for City. You know, he's a very offensive player.
Judging for us, bro, different systems. Listen, for Man City, he ain't got to worry about what's behind him.
Exactly.
He ain't got to worry about
that's what I watched.
He ain't got to worry about that responsibility behind him. And just to take it back a little bit about what you were saying about Gallagher, yeah. When I asked you, Sam, yesterday on the terrace about Gallagher's best qualities, the guy said, "Oh, he's just there to win the ball back."
We said one thing.
Yeah, to win the ball back. Yeah,
that's it.
You don't need Caicedo, who we spent 115 million, who his main objective is to win the ball back for us, and help protect the back four. Putting him next to another guy that's going to win the ball back. What is the point? And then playing 3 centre backs. That is too defensive. These are the problems that I've got. We only need Caicedo there and then Enzo there. And I don't know why people are acting as if Enzo can't defend. He can, but not as the deepest midfielder. Enzo gets stuck in. Do you get what I'm saying? Enzo gets involved. He's not as good defensively as Jorginho. That's why you can't play him in that deepest role. But when Enzo's played in a pivot, I'm telling you now, the guy defends. We don't need Gallagher to hold Caicedo's hand. Caicedo can hold his own with someone next to him or close enough to him. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's a problem in itself. And then with Cole Palmer, bro, I've got a stat here. Let me just read the stat out to you, Mo, because this is a joke. What's going on with Cole Palmer? Every single game that he's come on, the guy has looked miles better and offered more than what Gallagher's offered in 90 minutes when he keeps starting as our captain. Yeah. So Cole Palmer, he created more chances, 2 chances, by the way, and registered more successful attacking third passes, 12 out of 13, than any other Chelsea player against Aston Villa. He did this in 22 minutes, Mo. 22 minutes. The guy came on when we had 10 men, right? He was drifting off the right. He was drifting into the midfield. That clip, I don't know if you guys in the chat, if you've seen the clip of Gallagher towards the end of the game,
Yeah.
He tried to play it across to Sterling and he just fluffed it. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer, complete difference. He was getting pressed by John McGinn. Bro, he took the ball, retained it closely, and found Chilwell. Chilwell should have even buried it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? These are things that we're seeing from Cole Palmer. Every time he comes on, he's bringing some attacking threat. And then what happens the following game? He's dropped again. You know what I mean? Not even dropped. He doesn't start again. He goes with Gallagher, makes him our captain 2 games in a row, right? And then plays Enzo in the 10. It's no surprise Enzo's not playing well right now, bro, because he's not in the right position. How can man be judging? This is like putting Odegaard in the pivot and expecting the same sort of consistency.
So you're thinking that Enzo next to McAllister, Caicedo is the best option you have at the moment.
That is the best option. And I promise you now, Mo, Cole Palmer will do a lot better in that 10 than anything that we'll ever see from Gallagher. Cole Palmer floats. Cole Palmer floats,
100%. I actually don't think Gallagher is a 10 at all.
I think there's an issue.
Gallagher's not a Chelsea player. He's not a Chelsea player, bro. He's not good enough.
There's one issue with this, and I'll explain in a minute. Michael Ramsey says, invite the Gold Diggers crew. Well, I talk to them pretty much on Spaces every day, so we'll see in it. See what's cooking in the background for that. And then Kingsley says, I'm done with the old man. Please drop Silva. I mean, after Malagusto, I don't think he's getting dropped anytime soon. It'll be interesting to see how Levi Colwill is.
It's the same problem, Cuz.
Oh, you got to be using Kukurea. I think now is the time you got to be using Matson or something or Kukurea.
See what I'm saying? Look, people in the chat are just so dense, They're talking about Enzo gets skipped past and that, Some of you guys don't actually watch the game and understand positions. Enzo, yes, he will get skipped past if he's played as our CDM. He got played there last season because we sold Jorginho to Arsenal. There wasn't a single other player that could play that role as good as Enzo. So we had to play him there. But he's not a defensive midfielder. He's not meant to be the deepest man. Do you get it? He's not meant to be the deepest man.
Kingsley says, Poch, an incompetent fool, fix up Mr. Spurs and fast.
He does need to fix up fast.
The way I look at it.
Really, Cass, do you think he wants to lose?
No, I don't think he wants to
lose.
Or
he's thick. Or do you think he's stupid?
He's got no basis. He's got no credit in the bank to be wanting to lose to get sacked out of that job. I promise you that, man. There's no way. This guy needs to up his career, not down tool it. Why I look at Enzo and why I've been deep in why he doesn't play Palmer, Enzo, and Caicedo at this moment of time is because Enzo's a different type of player for me, right? I think I look at the Argentina team and what they played, etc., etc. He needs runners around him, and I don't think Palmer's the one that's going to cover his position when need be if he does go forward, because Palmer isn't that sort of player. Because as you said, at Man City, he never used to watch what behind him. He used to just track his man, right? So in a 10, it might be a bit defensively liable that like it might not work as a balance free. I feel like with Enzo, you need a proper attacking box to box hard runner, and then he's the playmaker, and then obviously you got Caicedo. I think that's the profile it lacks at this moment in time. But there is no reason to be playing Gallagher. There is no reason to be playing Colwill at left back, and there's no reason to have.
Cass, you know what counteracts that though? You know what counteracts that? Yeah, we've got a lot of technical players. We know how to retain the ball. Do you get it? Every single game that we've had this season, we've had more possession. So that's a foundation you can build from. If you know that your guys can retain the ball, then you got to use that as a threat. Do you get it? You ain't got to worry too much about. Okay, cool. Obviously, you got to have a good shape to defend. Yeah, hence why we've got Caicedo there. Obviously, you're not going to have as much running if you take Gallagher out of that midfield, but you're going to be able to keep the ball and offer a lot more attacking. You get what I'm trying to say? So needs must at times. Needs must. You might take away a little bit of legs, but you add a lot more quality on the pitch, which in return should mean that we're scoring more goals. These guys, we know they cannot finish half chances. They need it on the plate basically to finish. And Jackson's already showed us.
Jackson's
all of them, bro. But Jackson's starving. Jackson's not getting any through balls through the midfield. I look at Man City all the time.
Yes.
No, he's not, bro. He's not getting any balls in behind. He's not. What game? Remind me of a game, where Jackson has had more than
that he had from Modric.
More than No. That wasn't through the midfield, bro. Modric whipped it from wide.
Modric cut inside. He cut inside. Yeah, it wasn't through the midfielder, but
He
Modric
didn't
cut
cut
inside.
inside. He whipped it across, and
He
Jackson
cut
should have
it
been there.
and he played behind
Jackson,
the mid.
let me tell you one thing I've realized about Jackson. His biggest strength, yeah, is his movement. Yeah.
Yes.
All pre-season, his movement was so spot on, and we kept finding him through the midfield. Okay. Jackson hasn't had even 3 chances this season where he's been played through the midfield by one of our midfielders or one of our wingers, and he's 1-on-1 of the goalkeeper. Yeah. I'm not excusing his misses. Some of them have been bad, but a lot of what he's doing right now is feeding off scraps, and he has to go into the midfield and try and make something happen. Because again, like you said, there's no balance in there. He's not getting the ball. There's no balance in there.
When you counter-attack, Enzo can't get out the pitch quick enough. The thing is, I look back to Benfica. You know what he had there? He had a flying fullback in Grimaldo, and he was very high.
Yes.
Very high. Always next to him. Florentino Luis was the destroyer. He's just that's all he is a destroyer.
Very athletic
And
and runs a lot.
You can technically have that in Caicedo to mop up work. You can technically have that and retain the ball more. And then you got Alexander.
We chased this guy for months, Cass.
Alexander Barr is what I call a balanced fullback, like a Reece James. But Alexander Barr is I want him at my club. That's how it is. And then the only difference is with Rafa Silva, hard worker, bro. Like he's a hard worker. I think he was a right winger that turned into like attacking mid, proper hard worker. So when Enzo went up and he did get a couple goals for Benfica, especially in the Champions League, Rafa Silva was always doing cover job. But if it wasn't that, from what I know from their tactics, they even have like what's his name? You know, João Mario. João Mario is not going to be on the wing, but they played him on the wing. But guess what he did? So when Rafa Silva went over to the left, who filled in? It was João Mario. That's why it worked at Benfica so well. And at the time, they were killing everyone. It's just simple tactics like that. But that can work. I've seen Modric last game. He was playmaking, bro.
He was.
Playmaking.
Remember I told you about his passing? We said it. Me and Cass said it.
The only thing is, what I look at the same similar differences between Chelsea and Man United right now is that the left-hand side is so neglected currently. Like in terms of Bruno Fernandes hangs out to the right these days. Rashford is isolated by himself, and then he's got a Reguilon, but no one else is close enough to get the ball near him. But with you lot, Enzo's so far off the right. When he's playing 10, he just drifts to the right. So there's nothing off the left. That's why it's so imbalanced right now. And whatever Don says right now is technically on a tactical basis. It's quite true.
And what I'm saying about Palmer, the guy floats all over the pitch, bro. When he's on the ball, yeah, he glides. And one thing that Ram said in the comments, I agree with it. He said, Don, you don't need a through ball all the time. He needs to be in the positions to score. I know that. But end of the day, we're working with a raw player that none of us knew about, by the way. I'm trying to facilitate to his biggest strengths. And his biggest strength is his off the ball movement. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for him to score, not for him to be feeding off scraps. Yeah. Obviously he should be burying some of these chances, yeah, that he's had. But like I said, these guys are not clinical. We need to create the best chances possible, clear-cut chances. It's as simple as that.
I'm gonna tell you something about Ayas saying Don is talking crap. Your issues are way beyond the Galaga. There is no spine, no structure, no cohesion, nothing. Bowley is your issue. I think that's the main issue. But
how can you blame Bowley for the tactics that are being put out right now?
It's not. It's the recruitment, which is part of it's.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Bowley's management.
You can only talk about that if Poch was putting out the lineups we want to see with everyone in their right position and they're still not performing. Then you can talk about the recruitment.
It's different if Nkunku's in the 10, 100%.
Probably.
Yeah, it is a lot different. Everyone can blame the owners as much as they want. Yeah. End of the day. Right now, the irony is the experienced players in this team are the ones that are letting us down. Like I said the other day when I was on, yeah, when Villa scored that goal, it came from Thiago Silva. Let me land, yeah, bro. We've got on the pitch right now is Sterling, Gallagher, and Thiago Silva. They're the most experienced. Yeah. Silva again, he let the ball bounce, yeah, and Diaby just picked it up, slipped it to Watkins, and they scored that goal. Levi, yeah, he went mad at him, bro. And he's 21, 22. Yeah. You get it? He had no part to play in that. Initially, he blocked it, and then Watkins got on it again and banged it in. That was Silva. He done the same thing against West Ham. He done the same thing against Nottingham Forest. You get it? Sterling, he had 2 good games. After that, he's gone back to the Sterling we've seen in pre-season. Gallagher, just not good enough. His good is not good enough. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's making players get played out of position. So people are trying to scapegoat the young players that we've got when they're not being used correctly. It's not right, bro. The experienced ones are the ones that are messing about.
Kingsley says Conor Gallagher is a new Mason Mount, a mid player. I can't lie. Mason Mount would cook in this system, right? As it currently is right now, Mason Mount is probably perfect to put in at 10. He's probably perfect. You got a hard runner next to what's his name, Enzo, and then also that shadow kind of. I think he will link up with Jackson quite well. This is what I think. Yeah, with Chelsea, if I'm looking at it from objective view, is that you bought Enzo for 105 million. And we don't know what his best position is. Some say he's a 10, some say he's a 6, like in the comments, or some say he's an 8. I think he's an 8, of course, in a pivot, I think, obviously.
Yep.
But then it's the recruitment in and around that. What are you building a team around? Then you go buy Caicedo for a lot of money, which is fine. You can do that. That's totally cool. It is what it is, isn't it? He's a high-profile player that you needed. It's just the shrewd business. Before you buy these £100 million players, I think the shrewd business is where it comes first. You bought an Nkunku, but without a natural replacement, knowing that his injury record is there. I think Chukwuemeka, we can always talk about Kenny, he's a 10, but I looked at Chukwuemeka against West Ham on the wing. Oh, guy's got talent. Guy makes a difference.
They tried to bring in Olise, bro, to replace Nkunku.
Yeah. It's just, I just think like everything that's gone around is like, I think the midfield is so much more important in this day and age of football than anywhere else on the pitch. And it's the balance of it. Look at Man United. They neglected the midfield for so long, had a McFred, and now look at it. It's great when you want to play counter-attack, you can do that, but most teams will just let you have the ball this time around. And then you look at Arsenal, how they constructed their midfield. You take out one piece of the puzzle in Xhaka and look how imbalanced it kind of looks for now. Obviously, Man City is Man City, and you look at Liverpool, how they've reconstructed their midfield and the type of players they got around, and all of a sudden they're clicking again. See, this is what I find. You can get that. It does come down to what I find what Mo is saying. I think Todd Boehly again is he's just seen what was good at the time, which is Brighton recruitment, and he's just not gone right for now. But it's just, if you insist on not blaming Boehly, then go to Man United route, as I was kind of saying, change the manager until your fans start flying Boehly out flags at Stamford Bridge.
Comprehension. No one said get rid of Poch. It's Poch fix up. Simple as that.
Poch is a no big team manager, period. And then Ed says, when changes are made and don't score, then what?
I got a point about Chelsea that maybe from a tactical point of view, we normally don't see. We don't talk tactics, we banter and all this, we joke. But I think Chelsea lack width from the fullbacks. I agree with Cass that he says the midfield is the most important. I think to play good football, you need to have balanced fullbacks. One of the reasons why Man United can't play good football is because Wan-Bissaka is good defensively only, and Shaw has dropped. Last year when Shaw was good, it provides output. The problem is Malo Gusto is good defensively, but he's still not experiencing going up. And Levi Colwill is a center back. He isn't a left back. It's as simple as that. So I think that is a massive problem, because always, and I've learned that the free player on the pitch is always have to be one of the fullbacks in the picture. I have no idea. Like, this is beyond me. Like, it looks like he's thinking everywhere on the training ground. The guy is not even getting pity minutes from Pochettino. The fullbacks is a big problem. Reece James got injured because he looked good when Reece James was there for 2 games. Listen, this is
he's there for 1 game. He's there for 1 game.
One game.
Look at Tottenham. I hate to say, look, I hate doing this. Actually, I don't even have to hate doing this. It is Tottenham at the end of the day.
The reality.
But you look at Tottenham right now and look at the difference in their midfield and how much they're flying. Basuma, all of a sudden, that there's a gem there. That 25 million looks like bargain of the season all of a sudden. You get what I mean? They have a Bentancur yet to come back. And you look at Maddison. That is what you call proper balance. That is what you call a beautiful midfield. Papa Sarr to come in. He's only a youngster, but you're trying him out. This is why they're succeeding so much with, and that's why their manager can do what they need to do for now and gave Arsenal the game of their life.
When you give these sort of suggestions, you always get these some fools, that'll be like, oh, you know more than the manager. You know more than the manager. Poch literally came out today, and said, oh, we started Chilwell. Bro, I'm fed up. He's like, hey, we started Chilwell. We tried Chilwell in that role, but we've actually worked. Basically, he basically said, to paraphrase, that putting Chilwell in that role wasn't right. Mudryk has looked a lot better than him. We could all see that. We can all see, even rivals, any person that watches football, you can clearly see that Gallagher is not meant to be in that role. Why can't Poch see that? And he's making him our captain. It's a kick in the teeth, bro. I've grown up on guys like Cahill, John Terry, these sort of guys as my captains. Now I've gone to Conor Gallagher, the guy that was on the way out of the club, bro.
Manager sees things different, like why Erik ten Hag thinks that McTominay can play football on the ground.
It's the intensity, bro. It's the work rate. It's the work rate.
I've clocked something with Ten Hag. He rates people through what they do at training. And that's why I think that's why they get their starts, is what they do at trainings. And sometimes it's not always the case.
But Cass,
Sometimes
though,
it's
it don't
always a
listen.
mistake.
It don't matter.
Definitely
It don't matter, Cass. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much running Palmer does. He will never beat Conor Gallagher in the fitness test. It's not going to happen. So if you're basing your starting 11s on Gallagher because his fitness has been looking better than Palmer, I'm sorry, you're not going to go anywhere, bro. Because all that running around in that year, what's he doing on the ball? He ain't doing shit. He's not doing nothing, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He's not offering no quality on the ball. So what's the point of saying, oh, I'm going to start them because fitness-wise, he passed all the tests? Like, what's that about?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
NLS says no manager is playing 3 inexperienced 20-year-olds that haven't played together before in a midfield at once. Then there needs to be some continuity.
I'm tired of this, bro. So you're telling me a midfield of Caicedo, who plays beyond his years, regardless of him being 21. Enzo Fernandez, one of the best up-and-coming midfielders, yeah. On the like, he will become world class at Chelsea if we fix up. And Cole Palmer, a guy that just came from a treble winning side, a guy that just came from a treble winning side, being coached by Pep Guardiola. Yeah. They need people holding their hand. Is that what we're really saying?
Yes, they do.
Come on, man.
Done.
They don't.
Yes,
They don't, bro.
Right.
No, they don't. You need to let them play.
I don't know how to.
You need to let them play. How can? Hold on, Mo. Yeah. Listen. This is what I'm saying. With experience right now, the experienced players that you're talking about in our team, they are the ones that are letting us down, bro. They are the ones that are letting us down. These men don't need their hands held to just get a few wins against Bournemouth, against Luton, against Forest, bro. Do you get it? Experience over the season, it matters a lot when it comes to like the crunch moments, the big games, things like that. Big games, yeah, maybe bring a silver in. How many times do we say when players are basically on the verge of being expired, yeah? Okay, yeah, keep him. Maybe bring him in for the bigger games because he's got experience. Come on, brother. You're telling me that Caicedo, Enzo, and Cole Palmer can't handle it against a Luton? They can't handle it against the Forest? Come on, man. Well, bro, that's your opinion. That's your opinion.
That's okay. I'm basing. Okay, so I'm basing my opinion based on me watching football for years. You watch football, I get it. You watch football for years as well. In my opinion, a young midfielder in the Premier League, 3 together, they need experience to point them around. You can tell me Caicedo is world class here, world class there.
I didn't say world class.
No. Like Caicedo. Okay, I just took it a little bit far. Caicedo is amazing, right? He was absolutely brilliant. One of the best midfielders of the season last year at Brighton, right? Enzo was great at the World Cup. He was great at Benfica. Cole Palmer, this talent thing. Normally, the midfield requires an experience. There is a reason why every manager in the history of football relied at least on one experienced midfielder to lead the team. This is not like Mo saying it. It's based on every manager in the history.
You're going off of the ideal situation.
Yes.
We're not in the ideal situation. People need to start looking at what's in front of them and what Chelsea are dealing with. This is the personnel that we're dealing with. And the players that we've got that are young have a lot of quality, bro. Enzo Fernandez, yeah, can play for pretty much any team that he wants to play for in Europe, pretty much. Maybe not Man City, can't get into that 11 or whatever, yeah. But there's so many teams Enzo Fernandez is starting for, yeah. You can talk about experience and all of these things. These guys are good enough to build some chemistry together, grow together, develop together, and then we move from there, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? You can't just be saying every single game, oh, you need experience, you need the experience, you need the experience, when you're not even giving these guys a chance to show what they can do. Because I honestly believe if Poch puts out a decent 11, right, with players in their normal position, regardless of the age, will look a lot better than what we're looking at right now.
That's what I'm saying about my own team as well. Bruno Fernandes in the wing, all that garbage. Guys, there's 630 of you in here. Please just take some time.
You're moving like. Do you know what
hang on, let me finish.
Anyways, guys, there's 630 of you in here. Please smash the like button. It's the bread and butter of the show. Any YouTube channel, that's why they all ask for likes. Likes are important. We're on 191. If you will smash the like and you have got accounts, then please do so. If you haven't subscribed, we're nearly hitting the 17k mark as well. So bless all. Let's talk about your next 9 games, Don. Yeah, because this is the main topic of it all, right? In the league, forget the Chelsea Brighton game. You got Fulham away, Burnley away, Arsenal at home, Brentford. Then you got Tottenham away, then Man City at home. Then you got Newcastle away. Then you got Brighton at home. Then you got Man United away. That's 9 games. The real question is, in your honest opinion, and no beat around the bushes, none of that, oh, if he plays the right team, what you think he's going to do and how he's going to continue. Is Poch surviving those 9 games. There's 20. If I'm doing my maths correct, that's 27 points available.
Yeah, as it is, no, he won't survive.
That's
He will not. He will not survive the way he's playing, the way he is right now. I cannot defend him in any way. Do you get it? That's what I'm saying, Cass. Surely, yeah, this weekend is the breaking point. Because I was at the game and the boos were louder than the boos I heard last season when Graham Potter got sacked. The boos was so loud, bro, at the end of the game. Yeah. This is now crunch time. Do you get it? No more messing about. Just go back to basics and stop trying to play guys out of their position. And we build from there, bruv. Do you get it? Learn from Ange. Look what Ange was doing in preseason. He carried on doing the same thing in the season. Do you get it?
Cool. And then let me ask Mo. Mo, if they are to sack him, they're gonna. I think realistically, of what's available, they're gonna have to go and tempt someone out of their contract. Who takes this management job? Who's the best? Who's the best manager for this current crop of players that are currently available? I've got one in mind, and I think he'd be tempted.
I don't know.
You must say Ange Postecoglou, innit?
They will never get Ange Postecoglou.
No, not now. No,
it's impossible. I'm not sure if Julian Nagelsmann is available.
not anymore. He's Germany coach.
He's Germany coach. There is Hansi Flick. Isn't bad, but I think Hansi Flick would not work with the kids.
Yeah, you see, that's the problem.
He won't work with the kids. I don't think there is anybody around other than just a interim manager until.
Oh, what about no? He wouldn't do it. I was thinking of Pioli.
The Milan. He's not gonna leave Milan. He signed up. And he doesn't speak English at all.
So I don't think Xabi Alonso leaves his post. I think he's going to be he's got a real good chance of being the next
Real Madrid coach next year.
Yeah, there's a big chance of that. I don't think Hansi Flick takes it. I think he's there though. So, and it is Chelsea Football Club. There's a good. He's out of a job and he's not going to back to Bayern anytime soon. But I reckon now he's going to take a break before going back into club football. Zidane doesn't want to go England. He hates England, as in he doesn't even want to learn the language, etc., etc. There's one name I've got in mind who I think they can tempt, and I think it would suit them. His name is Ruben Amorim.
The Sporting Lisbon guy.
Sporting Lisbon. I think
we were looking at him. We were looking at him before.
Yeah, we were looking at him once before, and I think it will fit them like a glove as well.
On honesty, Kaz, I don't think they're gonna go on any experiments.
No, it's not about he's not an experiment. He's won a league. He's done tremendous. He's done a tremendous job at Sporting Lisbon on a budget as well. He works with the youth. I'm pretty sure Chelsea have also got a hand with Sporting Lisbon or trying to make some sort of.
I can't even believe we're having this conversation, bro. After the games he's had, yeah, I can't believe it, bro.
But Ruben Amorim, I think in the ELAC's a 3-4-3. I look at Chelsea's fullbacks, centre backs, and everything like that. They got issues. I think their best fullbacks are definitely better as wing backs. I think Gusto can even do a right centre back job. That's how tactically I think he's sick. I think they got the players to do 3-4-3 again. And this is where you don't need your attacking mids. I don't think you got a natural number 10, especially when Nkunku comes back. It's not like he's unknown to a 3-4-3 in Leipzig or anything. The guy will thrive. He will attack that space whether you like it or not. That means you got legs for Enzo. You got the likes for Caicedo. It works. I've seen Agate run.
I've seen Reece.
There's a coach out there. There's a coach out there for you. There's a coach out there for you. Guaranteed wins. Guaranteed wins.
Big Sam.
No. It's Antonio.
No one even say. Nah.
He won't go back to
Conte. That guy, bro. I couldn't stand him in that second season. That guy was miserable.
Oh, that second season was garbage for you.
That was miserable, bro.
Hear me out. But what does I don't think Conte will like this current group of players. They're too young.
He'll never get hired by this current setup. Never.
Imagine if you allow Conte to have the budgets he wants and the players he wants to get. You're winning, bro.
I'm not on it.
Every time he wins, he wants the budget to keep going, which is the success to any recipe anyways when it keeps with football. You have to keep spending to keep winning, right? Conte's a winner, bro.
I hear it. But the thing is, though, yeah, I hope Poch is listening because end of the day, everything that we brought him in for, yeah, to develop these young players, to be, on the front foot, to be attacking, he's gone away from it, bro. He's gone completely handbrake central. You get it? He's bro, like Lewis said in his fan cam the other day on Chelsea Fan TV, he's been a pussy, bro. He's been shook for whatever reason. And you know what's so crazy about it as well, Cass? They've literally given him the keys to the yard. Oh yeah, just go and let yourself in. You've got the players there, use them, innit? And the guy's like, no. I'm too scared to use the young players because this can happen. Like he's basically doing what Mo's doing. He's not trusting them. Mo's saying that you need experience and whatnot. That's exactly what Poch is doing. He's not trusting these players. But I honestly believe if you play them in their right position, they can cook something, bruv. Because these are young players with a lot of quality.
I think you should Ruben Amorim. I think Ruben Amorim is your best bet, or Hansi Flick. That's only two names I can think of. Even a Benfica manager, I'm a big fan of, to be fair. But
I've got a question for you guys. Do you think that Poch will carry on in this setup? The same Gallagher, this left back, Levi here.
Yeah. Because the data is telling him so. Let's see if he's a liar. That's what he said. That's what he said, Mo. The data is telling him that they're getting advanced.
But that's actually
because the data is telling me so.
It's true. He's looking at the stats and saying,
he's got voices in his head. He's actually like he's got voices in his head, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the data is telling me to do it, so I got to do it.
Guys, in the chat, I really want to go through this. I don't know. Do we think Chelsea can beat Brighton in the cup? It's a yes or no question.
Where is it? Is that
at the
Chelsea, isn't it? It's at the bridge, isn't it?
Okay.
You know what's so mad? He'll probably change that lineup here and do what we want to do, and then go back to it at the weekend.
No, but to be honest, against Fulham away, do you think you get points? Against Fulham away, do you think you get points?
Nope.
I think you get a point.
No. See, listen, Fulham can't score to save their life, but they'll end up scoring from a dumb mistake when we're still playing three centre backs. Yeah. Okay. Now we've got no choice but to even play Disasi at right back. So what you're going to see, what you've been seeing on the left hand side, is now going to be on the right hand side. You're going to have probably Disasi right back. You're going to have Thiago Silva right centre back, probably Levi left centre back, and then Chilwell left.
I say them might go right back.
I don't think he'll do that. Cass, this guy is moving like he's never watched a game of Premier League football in his life. He's got no idea Caicedo played right back against Arsenal last season. He's got no idea, bro, because the way he's playing people right now is a man that clearly doesn't watch football. That must be a man that doesn't watch football because it doesn't make sense. So people are saying Caicedo, we know that, but Poch, I highly doubt he knows that.
On a football perspective, it'll be interesting to see, because you're a dominating team like that. It'll be interesting to see how De Zerbi copes or handles it, and how it will be. You know what I mean? Because when you think about it tactically, it's not too different. It's like Veltman, but Veltman is on the left hand side. That kind of like it sits back, but he makes sure the pitch is wide. They got Tarek Lamptey, but this time they got like a Chilwell. They split the centre back Chelsea as well. They let Enzo come in and receive it. Like it's just little things like that, man. It's just
Caicedo could invert from right back to be fair.
It's a tight pitch as well. Did Brighton win at Chelsea last year?
Bro, they bopped us. Caicedo was, oh my gosh.
That's
the goal. That's the goal when Enciso scored that banger, bro. If you remember.
But let's be realistic. Until December 16th, will you face Sheffield at home? Okay. I think the points until December, guys, 16th. Huh? Okay, we're in September.
I can't. It's smelling like relegation, G. The way it's looking.
The only games that I see you getting points are Fulham away. I see you getting 1 point. Burnley away. I see you getting the 3 points. Okay, and I'm going through them, and maybe that's it. Maybe Everton away, you get a point. My problem is forget Poch, forget Todd Bowley, forget all of this. This is it's a serious situation. If it comes December and you have 10 points, this is like Newcastle before Eddie Howe took over. You know that. Eddie Howe took over, they had 8 points. This is not real.
There'll be repercussions.
The real world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you're telling me what I already know, though, and this is the problem with Poch needs to fix up. End of the day, Mo, like I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I know that there's going to be consequences. So Poch needs to take that on board and understand, that he needs to revert back to basics and change it. Like, I know what you guys are saying right now. It looks very doom and gloom because all we've got right now, the evidence that we've got is what we've been seeing the past 6 games. Yes. But he can change things very quickly, bro, and things can change. So you have to look at the other side of it as well. If he changes things and we have an amazing performance against Fulham, we beat them comfortably. The narrative will change. The narrative will change, bro. You know how it goes.
Don, I'm gonna tell you again. If he can, he would have. He isn't convinced that change will get him results. This is 6 games in. It's as simple as that. Don, you're not winning games. Okay, you're losing games.
I think it's still early for him to change it, though. It's still early. The thing is, it's still early for the narrative to change. If it's 10 games in and it was like this, then it's like I don't think the narrative can change too drastically.
Sacked,
Yeah. Of
10
course
games in, he gets sacked. 10 games in, he doesn't get results. Sacked.
Moving on though, there's a player that Don wants, that's convinced he's going to get, but he's been flirting with the opposite team of it in the opposite direction of London. Not too opposite direct because you're in West, but Arsenal Football Club and Ivan Toney seems to be an actual move in the making that's been happening maybe for the last couple months in terms of talks with them, and something can happen in January. Probably a striker that Chelsea could really, really do with the type of profile and the way that you're currently playing. He could be the answer to all your problems. But with Ivan Toney's going to Arsenal, all of a sudden that makes Arsenal Football Club, like, that gives them that's a massive option, a massive boost for them. What does, and it goes to show that maybe Nketiah goes out the door and the other way. Maybe that he's losing faith in him. That was his last game. I don't know. But if you don't even get an Ivan Toney and let Ivan Toney go into Arsenal, that's just another L on Chelsea Football Club if that's the guy you're targeting, right? Because the guy probably wants to play Champions League football. And he needs to be convinced that he's going to have Champions League football. As much as we can say that money talks, it's not like Arsenal can't afford to pay him.
Yeah, listen, I've said this before. Arsenal are very attractive right now, innit? And Tony's got every reason to want to pick them over us right now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But again, we're talking about January, Cass. We're talking about a few months' time. There's so much that can change between now and then. So much can change between now and then.
Remember that conversation we just kind of had from the way it looks currently as it now. We can always do hypotheticals and all that kind of stuff. As it currently looks till December, it might not look too different for you.
Exactly. It might not look too different, and it will be peak at that point. You know, it will be peak. And by then, I'll be praying that if they make Toney our main target, which is looking very likely, that they'll do what they need to get done. Do you get it? Because every time they've needed to get it done for our main targets, they've got it done. So we have to see in it, because apparently the groundwork's already been done with him. We just need to make sure that we go in there and get that wrapped up. The groundwork
with Arsenal's been happening since that time. He flirted on a podcast, and they've been talking to him before then. They've been and they're only saying what they say. What was it? 50, 60?
He's been on our radar for a minute as well. He's been on our radar for a minute.
At the table for £60 million. I don't think that's a lot. But here's my take.
It's whoever can sell the best project. It's whoever can sell the best project.
My take on Ivan Toney. Here's my take on Ivan Toney. People think that Arsenal, if they get a striker that scores 20 goals, it will add to Saka, Odegaard, and Martinelli. They don't understand that this is a system. Look at Haaland. He took away from the wingers' goals. It's as simple as that. Well, the question comes in, can Toney do what Jesus does? Can Toney link up the play like Jesus? Can Toney drop deep? Can Toney drag people out wide? The way I'm seeing him, yes, he can. But also he can score goals.
I think he can play with Jesus. Does that make I think Toney can play with Jesus.
What would you play Jesus on the wing?
What?
Right.
You know what? I know this is going to be a mad take for someone, yeah. I know
what you're going to say. Say it.
But see that left 8 position, yeah?
I knew it.
If they think they can do it with Kai Havertz,
wrap it up, leave.
Wait. Hear me out. Yeah, this is not stupid for people. I think Jesus is great cover for left and right and striker. He's a phenomenal player. But I'm thinking of Arteta's mind, yeah? He's trying to play a Kai Havertz in a left-hand role, yeah? In a left-hand sided role that plays further up the pitch. And you're telling me Jesus, with the energy he provides, the ball recoveries he makes, yeah, and attacking threat, he has good passing as well. Bro, he's not really next to Declan Rice. He's going to be further up the pitch. He can link up play. That's what he does. So why does it not fit? That's why I say, how can he not play with Toney? If you got Toney up front, how can he not do that left? How can he not do that Havertz role? Someone told me, because he likes to drift off to the left, right? Anyways, in the left wing. How does that not make any sense tactically when you think how Arteta
it makes sense in Arteta's head?
Yeah, this is
hold on. I'm just gonna tell you the next one. But Havertz in the 8 stinks.
Yeah, Havertz in the 8 stinks, not Jesus.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Jesus have 0 defensive attributes and 0 defensive work rate.
So does Kai Havertz.
But that's why he stinks.
Go look at this is what I say. Go look at the way Xhaka played. Yeah, how many times did you see him have to drop deep next to Partey? Not a lot, because Zinchenko.
The amount of times I saw Xhaka tracking back. Even if you check Xhaka's heat maps, yeah, last season the guy was up and down, brother.
Look how far Jesus dropped up and down for the left wing position, not Matt Sharp against Tottenham.
You're telling me
his knee will go again.
On the counter attack. You're telling me on the counter attack, Jesus it's gonna sprint to the 18 of Arsenal
played
and
10
make a
before
last
goal.
ditch tackle like
I can't say the best.
Xhaka used
I
to
can't say
do.
the
Jesus
best.
is a hard worker, bro. Go. This is why I say,
Nah,
yeah, you're laughing now, yeah, but go look at the dog work he done at City when he
I
ran
get
back.
you.
I've seen him do it.
I
I'm
can't.
not
But do
saying-
you know
I'm
what it
not
is, though?
saying he
He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. Yeah.
I know he's not.
There's no chance of seeing Jesus on the way.
I'm trying to
You know
give him
what,
a
though? I've
solution. You
actually
want
seen
Dominic
it.
give a
I've
You're just fitting players into the lineups, bro. You're fitting players
Bro,
into the lineups.
I've seen. Do you know what it is though? I've seen a few Arsenal fans that have said, "Oh, maybe we could try Saka left centre mid. You know, let's try him in there now. You know, because Havertz ain't working. Vieira, we're not too sure.
Interior 8.
Interior 8.
Idiot, hey.
Do you know what I find funny though? Yeah. Do you know what I just find funny about this whole Havertz situation? Yeah, because they
Go
kept
ahead.
saying that Chelsea misprofiled him, but how many games have they played now? And they still don't know his best position.
He doesn't have a profile, bro.
He
Let
doesn't
me-
have a profile,
Doesn't
and this
have
is
a
what we were telling
profile,
them. This is
bro.
what we were telling them.
Let me cook, bro. I'm thinking of Arteta the way he has Havertz, and you're telling me Jesus can't do that job even better. Come on, man. What are we doing here? I've seen Joe Linton go 8. Why can Jesus not go 8? I know he wants to be a striker, but if he wants to play in a high caliber team, Robbie, he has got attributes to do it if he wanted to. You can
He
find
left Man
solutions.
City to be a striker.
No, but who cares, bro? Do you want to be a win? Do you want to be a winner or not? Do you want to listen
I'm
to
sorry,
the
man.
manager?
I don't think as much as he's a flary guy and I rate him on the ball.
I've
Yeah,
seen
for me,
Trossard,
we talk about balance, Cass. We talked about balance in midfield earlier. That doesn't give no balance. in that midfield.
All right, let me land again. So how comes Trossard works so well in the 8 all of a sudden?
It didn't. He worked in one game in preseason.
No. Trossard
Many
is
times
eight.
they played in
He
there.
did one preseason game, cuz.
Bro, did he not go there in another game? Like we got
No.
stuff on there. I think
Nah,
Emerson
nah,
should
nah.
go there.
No,
I
he
think
didn't, cuz. I'm
Emerson
telling
should
you,
go
he
there.
didn't.
If I can see it with Trossard working in 8, why can Jesus not work in 8? He's not clinical. All right, anyways, let's do the super chat.
Yes, he did. He literally backed
Jesus left in the middle is funny, bro. It's funny.
I watch. Thank you. See, this is what I mean. We're thinking of not what I want to do, but what Arteta thinks. I'm telling you now, if he thinks, that's why I say, if he thinks Havertz can work there, he can think Jesus can work there.
So what?
Okay,
So what? You
let
think that the fan base are going to be happy with Jesus left centre mid when you've just brought in and spent 65 million on Havertz?
On Toney.
And Toney up front.
If it don't work, I've seen players that come into clubs and not work. Like, look at my club, for instance. It doesn't matter 40, 60, 50, 60 million. Who cares, bro? It don't work. It don't work. Move on. It's a hot take, but
Arsenal they're still self-sustainable, man. It's not as easy as that.
Rishi here is saying, unfortunately, that happens the same with Henderson about the experience. He's back in Don's point that forcing experience in the lineup doesn't work. Maybe.
If the quality is not there.
Yeah, okay. Arsenal till I die again is saying we tried to get him in the summer but didn't due to the ban. We want him in for January 1st, and Cass is right. Arteta wants to play Jesus behind Toney in some games.
Oh, that Odegaard in the pivot might have it now done. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be exactly. Hey, if they play him in the pivot, you ain't seen the Odegaard you're seeing now, bro. You ain't seen 4-4-1-1 or whatever it is. Nah, you ain't seen that.
Odegaard in a pivot.
Oh my gosh, that's smelly.
I'm getting headaches. Anyway,
imagine Odegaard on a transition in the pivot. My word.
Anyway, people, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Don, for coming with us tonight. There will be a reaction after the Man United game. Tune in to see Cass's tears or joy. We don't know. We'll see how it is. We'll see a new Man United today. Amrabat's debut tonight, and then we'll talk about it. But people, stay with us. I don't know if this video is going to take you somewhere else, but stay with us. Check out our video that dropped earlier today. It's absolutely great. Short video. Go watch that video. There is 600 people here, so go watch that video. Enjoy it. Hit a like button there as well. It's in our video section. It's from our studios and from all of us here at Never Foul. Thank you so much for watching.
Also, if you stay on here, if you stay on here, it will go to Monson Troops, and I'm pretty sure they're arguing about Arsenal right now. So how about that? Go over there. Stay on the stream. It will say play next, or go search up Big Six Bands.
Yeah,
man. Big up the chat, man. Big up.